Dr. Ryan Bauer with Life Chiropractic in Oakland, and we're a family chiropractic office. We treat everyone.
There we go. What was like, and I know we're coming at this from a little bit different of an angle for you, but what was your situation like in your own practicing ability, your own practice, just like the way that you approached being a chiropractor? What was that like before we met?
So before we met, I just was very focused on the chiropractic aspect of it, just adjusting the patients, but I just had no concept of really how to sell myself in the office, sell myself as the chiropractor. I have the chiropractic skills down of adjusting people. It's just the talking to people and how to sell myself in the office to get long-term retention. It was the big struggle. I didn't even know that aspect until we started talking about it and going over all the little things. You don't know what you don't know until someone tells you.
How did that impact patients, your growth and your schedule and so forth? How was that lack of even knowing you could improve with these conversations and improve with the patient communication aspect? How did that affect the results you were seeing?
The patients just have more trust because I just have more confidence in what I'm saying, more conviction in what I'm saying. I've always believed in it, but just the conviction and confidence actually talking to patients, saying this is what you need, like having the uncomfortable conversations of this is what it's going to take. So just having those conversations builds more trust. And then if you're having those conversations with the patients, then they're like, okay, he really cares. And just kind of showing that you're not just there for yourself, it's showing that you're there for them. It's kind of reiterating, like, this is what you said. This is why you came in. This is why we need to do what we need to do. It's not just I'm saying we need to adjust you this for X amount of time. This is what you said. This is why we need to adjust you. It's just kind of getting into more of the why. It's not just, because before it's just kind of like, this is what I see. This is why I feel I should adjust you. And some people are like, great, this is what the doc says. But some people are like, well, why do I need to continue that? So just getting into more of the why we need to do it, just to, again, build that trust, and people are more willing to accept the recommendation and be willing for the care.
Yeah, that's big. What were some of the doubts and the fears and the uncertainties about even saying like, okay, let's go 100%, like let's adjust this process, right? Because I know there was a lot of things going on at the beginning, like when you and I first met, it was like there wasn't the buy-in yet. So what were some like those fears and the doubts when we first started talking before you went all in on like, hey, I'm gonna lock in, build this process out?
It's the fact that it was so new. I'm not the biggest person in, I'm not more a confrontational kind of person, and not that it's confrontational, but it is bringing up some uncomfortable conversations, and you need this amount of care, bringing up finances and stuff like that. It's just I never had those conversations, so it was really uncomfortable, kind of just peeling back the onion, so we're and just kind of like, this is the mental block here, this is what's blocking you here, so just peeling back all those, which I think we're still just peeling back a lot of we're getting to the core of the onion, but we're still peeling back a little and I think just getting comfortable of going through, doing the 15 minutes a day, doing the mock, just all the stuff that we've been going over, just slowly builds the confidence and kind of get to the point where you say it enough that it's not as bad in your head. It's just gonna get through it, and it just builds up the conviction of this is why I'm here. This is why we're doing this. It is for you. It's not just for me. It just builds that confidence in myself too. It's like we are doing it for the patient. This is the best for the patient. We want the patient to get the best care possible. And if we don't recommend that, we're not giving the patient the best care as we possibly could. Just because we're scared to say something or timid, and if they don't take it, that's totally their choice. But the fact that we're getting optimal recommendations, that this is what we need to get you back to where you want to be, is powerful too.
Right. Yeah, that authentic conversation is so big. And I know that at first, like it was like that struggle. We were like battling with those fears, those uncertainties, those doubts. What shifted that was like, okay, let's actually lock in? Because there was a moment a few months ago where you were like, okay, let's actually dive in. Let's do this thing. What was that shift?
I don't think there was a specific thing. I think it was just time of doing it, just building the confidence. I think it was just over time of slowly growing, slowly building.
Yeah.
And then just after having those conversations with patients, it just felt better and kind of fired up. So I don't think there was a specific moment. It was just over time of practicing, building, working with the patients, and just working through it. And then it just felt more confidence, more better. And then you can just feel the patients.
So where are we at now? Like, as far as confidence goes, so like went over a little bit where you were, there was a lot of uncertainty, even just talking about doing it. Like it would trigger that fear and that anxiety, which I understand, because you're thinking like, dang, do I actually have to do this thing? Like, where are we at now? Because now it's like you hop on the call and you're like, yeah, I just went through the whole thing and it was what it was. There wasn't any fear or anxiety, like especially the last call, you were giving me all this recap of what happened and you were fired up and you just sounded like completely confident in it. So like, where are we at now as far as our confidence, as far as our ability to communicate with the patients and that kind of deal?
Just so much better than where we were. Just said the fact that just telling people, like, I'm not not that I was scared. I'm not nervous about telling people that this is what they need. And more, I think I was scared of like maybe being told no or something like that too. Now it's no. I mean, this is what I recommend. If you don't want to do that, then we'll do what we can, but we're not going to get the result as quickly. Like I'm not like as afraid to just let them know like this is the optimal. And if they say no, like that's their choice, and so we'll work with what they got. But I think being told no was a big too for some, because if they say no, maybe like in the head, like maybe we lost trust, or maybe there's just something that it kind of goes downhill. But now it's just like, all right, if you don't want to do that, then this is our next option. Like, okay, well, that sounds better. So it's just kind of like that whole aspect too. And then I say, if I do get told no, like if I present the finances and I get shut down, I'm still trying to build up that whole like, okay, why, what's next? Kind of that's the next aspect I need to build on, but that'll be kind of getting there. But until then, it's just I feel a lot more confident telling people that this is where we are, that's what we need. And if they say no, they're all right. If we can't do that, this is the next option. This is the step down. And so just working through the options is just a lot more confident. And then the patients, not like, oh, how much is that going to be? I don't know. Like talk to the person up front. Like, it's just like not going to get as much. The patient's committed.
It's crazy. It's crazy how far you've come. Like it's actually insane. Because you didn't have that confidence, and now it's like you're just going about your thing. And you're actually able to impact patients' lives in a completely different way when you're straight up and direct about what they need to get where they're trying to go, right? What is your experience like? Because you and I have been working weekly for the last few months here. What is your experience working with me on this? Because I know one of the biggest things that not only you but a lot of docs struggle with are not wanting to be pushy, not wanting to be like the sleazy car salesman, right? And I think that having this conversation, a lot of times people associate that with being sleazy or just like forcing people down a path. You know what I'm saying? Like, how has this coaching process been like for you? Have you ever felt that way? Walk me through the experience there.
I got to start a little bit just because, again, I'm not used to a whole thing, and it's just said the whole sales process just feels very like at the start, just like you don't want to do it because I'm a chiropractor. I just want to do chiropractic, and that's all I want to do. I don't sell. But then as you get to it, I mean, we talk about it. It's not just about selling yourself. It's about selling what you can do to the patients. So just getting past the whole like car salesy, like I'm just gonna sell it for myself, and kind of getting into like you're selling yourself, but you're more selling your care for the patient so they can get the best possible outcome. Just feels a lot better once you get it towards like kind of that conversation. And just kind of as we get through the weekly conversations, you start to build that just that confidence and trust more and more too. So so I said I was probably like that at the start, just more of this sales, like we don't want to do sales, kind of stay away. Then as we dug into it, the
word was just like no, I don't want to do that thing yet.
And then as we got into more of the sales process and why we're selling, and that whole aspect just gets a lot less ew.
It's all about how do I have a genuine, authentic conversation with the patient about what they need to get where they're trying to go. In order to do that, we need to know where they're trying to go. And why that's important. It's like, cool, like, these things can only come if we do this level of care.
And it's not just
to whether it's still worth it.
Yeah, and the fact that we're using what the patients are saying. It's not just saying like, I think you need this because of me. Like, you're struggling with X, Y, and Z because of this. You want to, pick up your kids. You want to do your hobby. You want this is what we need to do. So it's just, getting to that aspect and just kind of bringing home what, like, the reason they're in, what they want to do,
what they want, understanding what they want. It's like it's more authentic than anything else. You're having a conversation as if you would, we're talking to a friend or family member about what they care about. You're giving them your time and energy there. No, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Is there anything else like you can share about your experience working with us and just like your experience going through the coaching on the conversation side, the conversion side, that kind of deal?
Not much, just what I've already said, just the growth of confidence and being able to talk to the patients and just seeing that like they are getting just more confident and more trustworthy and stuff. It's just cool to see. It's awesome to go. My schedule's definitely gotten a lot busier the last couple of weeks too.
When patients believe you and understand where, hey, Dr. Ryan sounds pretty confident this is what I need, they're more likely to stick to the recommendation. Like without a doubt. It's like,
so when should I come in, or how long? If they need to come in twice a week, like you need to come in twice a week until X, or it's like we see you once a week for the first month and we'll reevaluate. It's not just ums or buts, it's just this is what we're doing.
For sure. Amazing. So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I feel like I struggle with the conversion side, but I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be a car salesman. I don't want to be like this person. I just let patients come in and do what they want to do. And you know that you wish you could give the recommendation. You know what they should be doing, and patients aren't sticking to that for whatever reason. Like, this might be what you need. And so just schedule a call. on the calendar. Like, worst that happens, like give you some, some free piece of advice and let you walk away with that. Best that happens, we're able to transform the conversion process. You're able to be more confident, get rid of all the stress and anxiety around having that authentic conversation. And then you end up impacting so many more patients' lives because of it, because they actually stick to the recommendation that you knew was the right thing for them in the first place. So go do that. Yeah, we'll wrap here. Go book a call.